only purpose of man's sojourn on this earth is to seek God.
Okay.
My question is about the vagrancy. Eating fish. What's the difference between eating warm-blooded animal and cold-blooded animal, which is amphibian? I'm concerned about it because, like, I'm trying to wean myself away from flesh and just become a vegetarian. I was told that you could eat fish because it was cold-blooded, but I feel that anything that breathes with a heartbeat,
It's got life, and therefore you're taking life.
yes.
So the question was, you can eat something like fish, seafood which is cold-blooded, but anything that is hot-blooded you shouldn't eat because it's a sin or a vice or a virtue or this, that or the other. Let's get to something more basic. Let's go to the root of it all. First, identify yourself. And second, go to the inner composition of the vegetable plant and the fish and the chicken. Then we will get on to the talk. I'll solve your problem. This itself will solve all the problems of vegetarianism and meat and all that. If you think that you are a physical body and not a soul, then all your problems begin. But if you think that you are a soul and not a body or flesh, and you are the soul, then all your problems are solved. Because if you are the spirit, then you can commit no sin if you realize that you are spirit. Whether you have a chicken, or you have a fish, or you have vegetables, or you eat your telephone. It doesn't matter. Because basically, they are all made of electrons, protons and neutrons. Aye?
Aye.
Does anybody disagree with this? Now the question of this mess which is happening in the West comes because they are identifying with their body. Don't eat this, don't eat fish, don't eat beef, don't eat that. I don't advocate eating meat either. I'm vegetarian. But let me tell you one thing. Whatever you do, don't step on the grass. It's a live phenomena. And don't eat vegetables. Whatever you do, and never eat fruits. Because the great Indian scientist Jagdish Chandra Bose has discovered that fruits not only have a nervous system, they have emotions too. Every time you bite an apple, it's going to say, ouch, don't hurt me. Because an apple is a live phenomena. Is an apple dead or alive? So is it more of a sin to eat an alive apple or a dead chicken? Appealing to your logic. It's you who are speaking and you all are laughing because you agree with this. But let me tell you, when I talk, in the end I will still tell you, be vegetarian. Be predominantly vegetarian, and I'll tell you why. But you are being it for the wrong reasons. That's why I'm going on this little talk with you. I'm taking you for a walk in the woods.
Well, I want to know because I don't want anything to prohibit my meditation.
I'm letting you know.
Okay.
I'm letting you know. It's a good thing. You're on the right track. So, when you pluck a cabbage, the cabbage cannot defend itself. It's in the earth. And you pluck it and you boil it and cook it and eat it. Poor cabbage. Cabbage is not dead. It's growing, it's alive. The trees, the plants, the vegetables. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Get off the grass. Get off the goddamn grass. You're stepping on a life phenomena. Hey, you sitting on here, you're killing millions of germs with your butt. Shame on you. Is it wrong that you're killing millions of germs? When you breathe, you're breathing elephants of germs. In an electron microscope, you see that what you breathe, the huge pieces of flesh. So you breathe them in and you dead them out. You live them in and die them out. Is that right or wrong? So with every breath you're a murderer. Is that right or wrong? A mother gets pregnant. Thousands of sperm go to the womb and only one of it makes it and forms the zygote with the egg. All the others are murdered by the mother's system and they die. So the mother gives birth to one, life to one and murders the rest. She's a murderess. Do you agree or disagree? This is a scientific fact. I'm taking you for a walk in the woods. The scientific fact. So what are you doing? Why do vegans have this arrogance? Holier than thou, superior than thou, I'm vegetarian, you're just a chicken eater. So I've had this on YouTube and all the vegans, they said, don't do this. It doesn't. I said, tell me why. I said, doesn't the mother murder the... And all of you here, you were the first in the race. You won your first Olympic medal. So we're all gold medalists. Give ourselves a hand. How about the second Brian or the second Gurunath or the second Kung Fu Panda? He's gone. Life has been taken by the very mother who gives life. So what is this? This is what is called Maya, the great delusion, most difficult to understand. This is how the law of karma works.
But not your socks off.
You do not know, it's very complex.
Anyway, you didn't have...
And oranges and apples and bananas, oh my God. Oh my God. And you peel a banana and you bite into the banana, you said, oh God, holy ravioli, you're killing me. I can hear them, you know. And you just chomp, chomp, chomp. Because if you look at the banana in a microscope, you'll see fine nerves. And you'll see it growing. Every day it grows. A raw banana becomes ripe. Why does a raw banana become ripe? Because it G-R-O. Have you guys learned your spelling of grow? Because it grows. And that which grows has L-I-F-E. Okay? So, what shall I do, Gurunath? Shall I die? Because you're telling me not to eat. Get off the grass. Don't eat cabbage. Don't eat vegetable. Don't eat celery. Don't eat spinach. Shall I die? And Gurunath says, die. He says, then die. Why? Then Gurunath says, because you're daddy-daddy-dumb. Daddy-daddy-dumb. So then what's the solution? Don't eat chicken, don't eat meat, don't eat pork, don't eat bananas, don't eat cabbages, don't eat spinach, and don't eat apple and neither oranges. What do we eat? So if you, then Gurunath says, first get to a clear-cut understanding. First decide whether you and all the things that you eat are the Spirit of God or are you the flesh of God? Are you the Spirit of God or the flesh of the earth? If you are the Spirit of God, then it doesn't matter what you drink or eat, because that which you eat is also the Spirit of God, and the flesh of the earth is just the food chain. Discovery Channel, National Geographic. Small fish swimming, big fish come, open mouth, small fish in. So we don't cry for the whole month. Oh. Did anybody cry? Okay. If the chicken is the spirit, then you eat the flesh. You cannot kill anyone. It is said in the Gita, who are you? Identify yourself. You are not this house of flesh and bone which sleeps, decays and dies. You are immortal consciousness, Lord of the earth and skies. So if the chicken is also that, and the pig is also that, and the apple is also that, and the banana is also there, who's killing who? Immortal consciousness is always free. It's the food chain of the flesh, of matter, of relativity, living upon relativity. Life lives on death, death lives on life. And so the chain goes on. Life lives on death, and death lives on life. If the wildebeest don't die, life cannot happen to the crocodile and the lion. Right? You see a lion killing a wildebeest, it's the most common thing. You don't start crying. But the lion, you tell the lion, hey lion, become vegetarian. So once a Christian missionary, he decided to go to India, the land of heathens and uneducated people. India's they have no knowledge, and he went to teach them religion and philosophy of what God is. I speak to some of the priests in Europe and America, and oh boy, they stand dumb. So he went and he said, Jesus, and he carry on. And he said, now I'm going to convert all these heathens, Indians, to Christianity. So as he walked, he landed on one of the coasts of Gujarat or Bombay or Karachi that time. And he came, and while he was walking, a lion came from the front. Jesus, he said, oh, a lion. Jesus won't work here. In fact, not for the lion, he works for me to give me peace of mind. And so he came closer and the lion came closer. And then the lion came closer and he came closer. And then the lion stopped and the priest stopped, one in front of the other. I need not describe you the condition, the biophysiological condition of the priest. And so then the lion did the impossible. The lion came in front of the priest and he sat on his haunches and he did. What are you doing? He said, I'm praying. Because I'm an educated lion. He's saying, it's quite a gruff form, I can't take out the room. First he did, So the priest said, no, I'm not a lioness. It's the mating call. Then he said, this ran. So the priest was very impressed. So, and then after that the lion said, I have fine polish, I'm educated, I say grace, I pray. But now I'm going to eat you up. Because I'm a lion. Because education is superfluous, the genuine lion is true at the bottom. And so the lion ate the priest. I'm saying, is that the basic nature? So what does the story tell us? No matter how much of prayer and hypocrisy and polish we try to put, we are basically what we are. Let us accept what we are. We have fruits, we have grapes, we have a little bit of fish, we have a little bit of omelets, scrambled eggs, and I love it. And we like cheese. You like cheese?
Yes.
You know cheese?
Yes, I like sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay. Cheese is made from milk.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
You know what milk is made from?
It comes from the animal.
It comes from the mother also.
Yes.
And the animal, right? 1 drop of milk requires 9 drops of blood to make it. So you're a blood sucker. See, you look, let's not be holy and let's not be pious and let's not be wicked. Let's be normal and let's learn the hard facts of life and accept things as they are and not go for holiness or wickedness. Let's go for the supreme reality. We want the reality. We want the reality, that which is true, that which is everlasting. So we have to pass through this maze. So now, if you are identifying yourself as a physical body and a person, then you run into many complications and confusion of the mind. Should I take fish? Should I take the cold-blooded fish? Should I take chicken? Should I take pork? So these things really don't matter in the real scenario. In the real picture, what matters is that you have to get to God. And you are the soul, and so is the fish. When you eat the fish, it cannot die. If the big fish eats you, you cannot die, because you're not the physical body, that's just the food chain. Aye? Aye. Now I tell you, be purely vegetarian, as far as you can help it. You cannot be vegetarian because while you're praying, you're still eating the germs and you're living your life. But say, God, as far as I can help it, I am humble in your eyes. I'm not arrogant like the vegans. They're very arrogant. They say, I'm humble. Let me be vegetarian. Not that it makes a difference to you, Lord, but because with a lighter diet, with a less heavy and a subtler diet, I can get better concentration, a better meditation. It's lighter on the digestion, and I feel healthier. I feel good. And I know that the apple has life, but the life is not touched when I eat the apple. It's just the flesh of the apple that I eat. Or if I have a chicken or once in a while a turkey or fish, it's fine, because nobody kills anyone. This is just the food chain. I am the soul, the fish has a soul, they are free, and the food chain carries on. Otherwise you cannot continue. So this is the answer to the whole thing, that you must realize that you're a soul and not the body. The next reason why, then there was a shift in the consciousness of the vegans and other vegetarians, which I agree with. The cruelty to animals. Now this is a totally different issue. Veganism didn't start with this. It started with a pious thing, that I'm vegetarian, therefore I'm holy. Then when they got this answer, they said, oh, we do it for a revolt against cruelty to animals. That was a cover-up as an afterthought. Now if there's a cruelty to animals, prevent the cruelty to animals. And it's a way of protesting against the cruelty to animals that we become vegetarian or we become vegan. That I can understand, but that is going to carry on in the world, because the animals, like human beings, have their karma. The human being is an endangered species, and it is the most disgracefully treated. It's ripped open from its behind right to its throat and left like a rotten gunny sack, lying in the snows and lying in the deserts to rot. There is no compensation, there is no sympathy, no pity for the human being. He's shot by the hundreds. Yet if you shoot a Siberian tiger or the Royal Bengal tiger, there's a fine and almost a life imprisonment for 20 years jail. If one of us guys gets shot, there won't be 5 minutes jail also. Nobody will. There's no jail nor fine for a human being shot. Right? So the human being is the most disgraced animal on this earth, and also the most glorified animal. he is the most endangered species and also the most prolific species, as he's multiplying at a very fast rate. Good?